So if you're looking for something to do while in San Antonio, I have some really great ideas for you in this video. These are also some kid-friendly activities. So no matter what age range you are, these are some great things to do, but especially with kids to keep them entertained. So what I'm gonna do today in this video is just show you some clips of some of the things that we did and talk to you a little bit about each of them and about how much time you could spend doing these activities. So we actually did travel between Christmas and New Year's. We did fly into Austin, so we did find a great museum that was along the way. We were there for 4 full days, so this is all that we got packed into that 4-day span. Also, some of these are going to be a little bit specific to Christmas. There were some special Christmas events that they also had, so let's get started with some things to do when you're in San Antonio, especially with kids. A great science museum that is located actually in Johnson City, Texas. It's a short drive from San Antonio, but it was actually on the way from Austin to San Antonio once we flew in. This is a great museum that is dedicated to science, and it's in a small little town, which is really cute too. So after you get a chance to go around and look at this museum, then you can also walk around in the town. It's a really cute little town. Also, the admission is really reasonable. At the time of the filming, the admission is $11 for adults and $9.50 for kids. They also have a senior discount as well. But there's a lot of great things to do here. As you can see here, my little boy is on this VR, so you can see it looks like he is flying through that area. That was a neat area that they really did enjoy. You do have to get a little ticket at the front counter for that, but it is included in the admission. Also included in the admission is a 4D theater, which showed different shows every 30 minutes. But one of the favorite things for the boys was actually where they could control this submarine right here in this pool area with a remote control, and that was very fun. They also have a greenhouse, some animals, a little small aquarium. There's so much for them to do. And they also have indoor and outdoor activities. There was a lot of stuff outside. It was a little bit cool, so we didn't spend as much time outside as probably in the warmer months. But my kids did spend about 3.5 hours here. We did watch 2 different 4D movies. There's just a lot of stuff to do here. And I think it's really a great option if you want to be indoors, maybe because it's too hot or cool. But then there's also some indoor and outdoor activities here. So a great way to spend 3 to 4 hours. And they do have a little cafe if you want to check it out as well. SeaWorld is also a great option when you're visiting San Antonio. It is so similar to the same park that is in Orlando, but it is at a fraction of the cost. They also have Aquatica, a water park, but it was closed while we were there. But once you enter, it is in the left side of the park, and then you have SeaWorld on the right side of the park. They have some amazing shows. You can see the beluga whales and the dolphin show, which is a great experience because you don't get to see the beluga whales at the one that is in Orlando. Also, they have the orca show, which is very popular, so you might want to get there a little bit early for it because it does tend to get a little bit crowded there. They also have some really nice VIP experiences to get up close encounters with the animals that are there. But this is just great for the shows, and also you have the animal encounters. Here is Pacific Point, where you can see the sea lions and the sea otters before the show, and then you have a really cute sea lion and sea otter show. We actually came during the Christmas season, so they did have Oh Wondrous Night, which was a really nice show in addition to their regular shows that they show on a daily basis. But this is just really great to spend all day. We actually got here at open and stayed there until they closed. Really cute moving conveyor belt that takes you along the penguins, and then we did come here during Christmas, so you do have the Christmas lights celebrations, but there's also festivals throughout all times of the year there as well. So definitely a must-see. Moving on to the Hopscotch Museum. This is a very fun interactive art museum, great for kids and adults alike. The admission for adults is $24 and for kids it is $15. It's a really unique experience. It just kind of brings the art to life. It's a different take on your regular museum. or a regular art museum. So this is the LED ball pits, and everybody had fun in that. Kids and adults, it was just so fun to get into the LED ball pit. And they also had just really interactive areas. They had where you could dance and show things to your movement, and then also like show your energy as it was going on and showing some art on the wall. Here is where you could spray graffiti onto the walls. You had this spray can, and it just put anything that you wanted to, and you could do graffiti, and then it would reset after each person came in there. But just a really great place to spend a few hours. We were actually there for 3 hours, and all of us were really having a good time here. It's just a really neat, unique experience, and they also do have a bar that sells alcoholic and non alcoholic drinks as well. So, just great for kids and adults of all kinds. So this was Christmas at the Caverns. It's at the Natural Bridge Caverns, which I will show you in a little bit because we actually did it as well. But this was an additional Christmas event that was going on at the time. This was one of the specific to the time that we were there at Travis Park. So this is the Travis Park, which is actually right next to the Hopscotch Museum. But they were doing ice skating during this time. I think it ends around January the 15th, and I think it starts at the end of November. So we were there in between Christmas and New Year, and it wasn't that crowded. The admission is $15, and you get to skate for 75 minutes. So it's timed entry so that it doesn't get too crowded, but it was really nice. And I can tell you that by the end of the 75 minutes, I was ready to be done because it is a workout and I don't really know how to ice skate. So as you can see, me and my two boys are up against the wall, climbing on the wall because we had to get a feel of it at first. But then it ended up being a lot of fun, and it's just something really specific that you can do during the winter season, and it is at Travis Park. And this was just something really fun to do after we went to the Hopscotch Museum because it literally is right beside of that museum. So just really great fun time just doing some ice skating and enjoying the winter festivities. Tower of Americas is also a must-see when you're in San Antonio. It does stand 750 feet tall, and included in your admission, you get to go ride the elevator to the top, and then you also get to see a 4D ride. It's kind of like a virtual ride, and that's included in your admission as well. They also have a restaurant up at the top, and it is available for lunch and dinner. We tried to eat lunch there, but reservations only. They did take like a wait list, but it was a really long wait, so we did not get to eat at the Chart House. But that's a nice option when you come, maybe when it's a little bit less crowded. But great views of the Riverwalk and the downtown area, and you can also see the Alamo from the top observation deck as well. So a really must do in San Antonio. The Alamo is definitely a place to visit, but I was actually surprised by the guided tour. So we did pay the $45 for a guided tour, and basically I thought they were going to go around and tell us a little bit about the area. But what they did was they basically put us at the model area and told us about the history of the war for about 20-25 minutes. So there was no walking around. There was literally just standing. We did go into the church, which is actually a free entry. So you could probably just skip the guided tour and skip the money on it, go into the church, and you will see basically all you need to see of the Alamo. The Riverwalk is also a must-do in San Antonio. You can actually get a tour on a boat throughout the Riverwalk, and it's through Go Rio Cruises. You can either buy the tickets online, or there are about 3 different locations throughout the Riverwalk where you can purchase the tickets. They are $14.50 for I think everyone. There might be a senior discount, but I believe the adults and kids were the same price. It's a 30-minute tour. We elected to go when it got dark outside so we could see all of the lights, because during Christmas time it is really lit up very beautifully. But if you go here, there are lots of restaurants and some shops that you can go to. They have landries, which the food looked amazing there, but lots of different restaurants. And the tour was really nice. It gave you a little bit of the history on some of the buildings around the Riverwalk. and just really beautiful, lit up at night during the Christmas season. I think that they kept these lights on through the very first week of January, and then they turned them off at that point. And then, as you can see, we are heading right now toward the River Center. There is a Lego Discovery Center there, which is great for kids, but we did not get a chance to go there because of time. But there's lots of different things. You can see the dinosaur on that second floor. There's also some kind of museum with dinosaurs there that's great for the kids also. So the Riverwalk is definitely a must-do. This is the Natural Bridge Caverns. This is also where they had the celebration, the Christmas celebration at the Caverns, which was above ground. So this is the guided tour, and just a tip. I dressed warm because I thought it was going to be cool because all of the caverns I've ever been to in the past have been cold, but this was a temperature that stayed around 70 degrees and it was a very humid. So you might want to dress according to 70 to 80 degree weather when you go into these caverns. This is the marketplace, which is a really nice place to go. They only had the outdoor shops and restaurants open. The actual indoor was locked because we were here on New Year's Day, but this is really a great time to get some crafts that are local. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I stated, we did travel in December, and these were some really great things to do. Of course, it's not time specific on when you can do these, except for there were a few special activities like the ice skating and the Christmas at the Caverns. And then the Christmas celebration at SeaWorld. Those lights are not on display all year. I think they start in November and then they go through the second week in January, I believe, at SeaWorld. But there was some really great, fun, festive things to do during Christmas. But of course, all of these things are things that you can do year round. You just don't have those Christmas lights and those Christmas specials. And of course, the ice skating is not available. I think that everybody in the family really enjoyed all the activities that we did. My kids are 7 and 9, and they really had a lot of fun at all of the places that we went. My 9-year-old actually was entertained with all of the history at the Alamo. He really did enjoy that. But I think all of these activities are great for all ages. We ranged from 7 all the way up to 70 who was traveling with us, and everybody enjoyed all of these things. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video and that it's been helpful for if you are planning a trip to San Antonio. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, I would love to have you consider hitting that subscribe button. I do weekly videos on fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. I will also always do vlogs when I travel, so I do hope that you would hit that subscribe button. I hope to see you in my next video, and until then, I hope you have a wonderful day.